Hey, what's up friends? Here to get into another video of Behind the Hunt. I know we've done so many videos. Two. By the way, the first one's really good, so you guys should check it out. Just to give this hunt some context, it happened November 5th, I believe, that earlier rut time period. Had to hunt from the ground. I normally hunt from the tree, but in this situation, had to hunt from the ground. Paid off. Got three really nice mature buck encounters. I wasn't able to get those on film, so if you guys want to give me a hard time, comment below. Let's get into the video now. So I wanted to discuss some pre-hunt factors going into this hunt. This hunt took place in hill country. Dan Infalt usually talks about how deer like to bed on the top thirds of these ridges and the leeward ridges and points. In this situation, it wasn't the case. There was a lot of pressure in these hardwoods, so I figured out that pressure pushed these deer more towards the CRP field. Then I determined that it was mature buck beds in the CRP field. Then the next thing was to determine when to hunt this. I noticed a lot of scrapes and rubs in the CRP field and leading to the CRP field. Based off those factors, I determined that the rut would be the best time to strike, and that's what I did.
Hey, what's up guys? Just doing a still hunt this morning. Kind of the thought behind this spot is that there's all sorts of egg fields behind me that are below in the valley. Then I have a bunch of CRP bedding up top here, and I'm hoping to catch them coming from the fields back to the CRP where they're bedding. Been sitting here for about an hour now. Haven't seen anything. I did a rattle and grunt sequence, and that didn't pay off. So I'm just gonna keep on moving the edge of the CRP, and we'll have to see what happens.
So I needed to hunt this on the south wind because this access trail was to the north, and if I had a north wind, my scent would blow right to this bedding area. So I had to get in here really early, probably a couple hours before daylight. I got to this corner. When I got to this corner, I glassed the CRP just to see what was going on. I didn't see anything going on, so I started moving up on towards these dotted lines here. And once I got to right about here, I believe, I accidentally hit my quiver on a branch, and it was obvious that it was obvious to a deer that something was up. So this buck that was bedded right here jumped, and he tried to get downwind of me. I was right about here, so he's never able to get downwind of me. But if I would have been ready and ready to draw right away and heard him coming, I possibly would have had a shot at this deer. He was only 15 yards away from me. So that's kind of how the first encounter happened.
Just had an encounter with a really nice buck. He came up behind me about 15, 20 yards or so. He didn't smell me or anything. He saw me. It was probably about 120 inch. I just heard him. He's blowing. I don't think he knows what I am because he doesn't have my wind. Really tall and tight, really nice buck. I'm gonna keep on working this edge.
So I continue to work my way down this edge of the CRP, and I continue to mix it up with rattling sequences, grunt sequences, and just trying to act like a deer, rubbing trees, kind of like what they do on the hunting public. And I got to right about here and noticed something come out of these hardwoods and cut right across the top of the ridge. And I tried rattling at this guy, getting him to come in. I think I spooked this one more than anything because he headed off in a different direction. So that's the way it goes sometimes. So I just want to get into the last encounter here, third encounter it'd be. So me and my dad continued working this edge here. He met me out there right around noon. Worked this edge. And we got to right about here, the corner of the CRP field and the hardwoods, and ended up almost paying off. We ran into probably about a 140 to 150 class 8-pointer. He was trying to get to these buck beds, I believe, and we ended up cutting him off. My dad almost had a shot opportunity at him, but unfortunately he didn't step out of the thick stuff long enough. But I guess there's a silver lining. There was a smaller 8-pointer that came out probably about 10 minutes later. Dad didn't have an opportunity to harvest a deer for 3 years, so he took the shot at that one, made a great shot. Just my takeaway from this hunt is don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. Most of the time bucks are going to be bedding off those leeward ridges and, you know, cruising that top third deer in the rut. But in this situation it just wasn't that way because of the human pressure in the hardwoods. So I think getting out of your comfort zone, still hunting for me was different. Almost paid off, had 3 really good encounters. So I consider that a success. Hopefully you guys can check out the previous video. I'll figure out how to get a link below, or don't be afraid to click on the end screen to check out the first episode of Behind the Hunt. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll quit my rambling, and thanks for watching.